The Nazgûl, also known as the Ringwraiths, are among the most frightening beings in Middle-earth. With their terrifying screams, they make the hearts of men, elves, and dwarves tremble. These powerful Black Knights were Sauron's most loyal servants. These specters were invisible to the eye. Only their black cloaks and silver armor could be seen. But the Nazgûl were not always like this. During the Second Era, there were 9 kings among men, but they were seduced by the rings of power, with the promise of wealth, prestige, glory, and of course, power. At first, the promises seemed to be fulfilled, but the men bearing the rings of power were deceived by Sauron. Using the ring, he came to control the ring bearers of the rings of power of men. They became the Ringwraiths and started to serve Sauron's wishes. They became reputed as his most terrible servants and battlefield lieutenants. The Nazgûl were led by the Witch King Angmar, the strongest Nazgûl. He practiced dark magics and was also a formidable warrior. With his terrible weapon, he slaughtered dozens of enemies. Riding his winged beast, he dominated the skies. The Nazgûl could not be killed by normal men and weapons. But they had a weakness. They avoided fire and water. Being associated with darkness, they could also be repelled by light. They had cursed daggers known as the Morgul Blade. Those who were wounded by this weapon had a terrible outcome if they were not treated in time. They would become cursed specters. Fear was one of the Nazgûl's greatest weapons. They also had a power known as Black Breath, which contaminated those closest to them. Their victims were overwhelmed by fear and a terrible malaise, which could be fatal. The Nazgûl were given the mission of retrieving the ring from Sauron, for their master knew that the Black Knight scrupulously obeyed his will and deserved complete trust. On their march through Middle-earth, the Nazgûl spread terror as they carried out their master's designs.